Welcome back to the channel. We got some news from Mark Spector earlier today that William Lagesson is headed to Edmonton from his loan with Sweden. But before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are only 4 away from our goal of 200. You guys have been amazing so far. And like I said, Mark Spector, William Lagesson has left Sweden today to arrive in Edmonton for his 14-day quarantine session he has to do. I like how I called it a session. Technically is, so he could be ready for the start of training camp. We all figure that, the training camp is going to start January 3rd for all of the teams that were in the bubbles. I believe it was the 29th for all teams that didn't make the playoffs. But it is what it is. Mark Spector also believes that William Lagesson will be a full-time NHLer this year. And like the Defensemen video I did yesterday, make sure to check that out. I believe him and Bouchard will kind of be splitting the reins, I guess you could say is the word. As in, if Jones doesn't pan out this year, like I'm not saying he won't, or if someone gets hurt, those two guys are going to be the top. And I believe William Lagesson can be a solid defenseman for the Edmonton Oilers. The only problem I have is with this awkward season again, like last season, and possibly only 56 games, and with the expanded rosters, I don't want the Edmonton Oilers to rush these guys. Especially William Lagesson. He is the oldest out of the group of Lindstrom, Bouchard, Proberg, go down the list, Samorukov. He is the older one out of all of them. So he is more mature in the Edmonton Oilers' eyes. But at the same time, I really don't want them to rush Lagesson into this role where if he turns out to be the 6th defenseman, 7th defenseman, that they've rushed him too much. We've seen that happen to a lot of forwards. Defense not so bad. The Oilers have been steadily on their defense. But let's take a look from his loan with KRISTIANSTADS. I probably said that wrong. Sorry, I can't say Swedish names to save my life. He had 3 points in 3 games, 3 assists, and he had 2 penalty minutes. Watching him for the 8 games he was in with the Edmonton Oilers last year, he was, he looked nervous. And who wouldn't be? You're getting your first 8 games as an NHLer. But overall, I believe he did decent. Like, I'm not going to lie, as there's a fight going on the screen for you guys. He had 0 penalty minutes, which is huge. He had no points, but he was only playing, I believe it was maybe 12, 13 minutes a game. Not a lot for William Lagesson. But I also have to think, he is a strong defenseman. We've seen him, looking at his stats, he can put up points on the board. Physical game is amazing. The 8 games he played in, he was getting to those spots where no one wanted to go. And he's one of those guys that will put the work into it. And his personality, when he was doing interviews, it was pretty good. I liked it. He was calm, composed. On the ice, yeah, he was nervous. But like I said, who wouldn't be? His skating, I saw, I was reading reports too about his skating before he actually played his 8 games with the Edmonton Oilers. And his skating could get improved. Don't get me wrong, he's a good skater, but, it could still improve. There's always improvement for everyone. We have arguably the best player in the world in McDavid. He could still improve. He tries to improve every offseason he gets. So that is the news out of Edmonton, that William Lagesson is headed back to Edmonton as we speak. And I'll keep you posted on more of the loans and guys coming back from Europe or wherever they are playing. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll catch you on the next one.